Dear students, welcome to Tungal online classes. Let us continue with the numerical problems of current electricity. Yes, let us look at the problem here. It is given that two identical cells either in series or in parallel combination give the same current of 0.5 ampere through the external resistance of 4 ohm. Yes, find the EMF and internal resistance of each cell. We have to find out. It is the question asked in July 2015. Yes, see here they have given two identical cells. Identical cells means they have same EMF as well as same internal resistance. When they are connected in series or in parallel combination, in both the cases the current flowing through the circuit is 0.5 ampere through external resistance. Okay, let me draw the figure here. When the cells are connected in series, yes, let us consider the current is flowing in the same direction. The EMF of the first cell is capital E, the EMF of second cell is also capital E. Let internal resistance of first cell is R and that of second cell is also small r. Okay, and it is connected to an external resistance of 4 ohm, right? So let it be capital R. Yes, now the current flowing through the circuit is how much? 0.5 amperes. Okay, this is the first case given. Similarly, when the cells are connected in parallel combination, let me draw that figure also. When they are connected in parallel combination, this is first cell, yes, this is a second cell here, then it is connected to the external resistance of 4 ohms. Okay, again the EMF of the cell is capital E, internal resistance is R, the EMF of second cell is E and the resistance is R. Yes, now also the current flowing through here also it is sending some current, it is also sending some current. The total current in the circuit is equal to what? 0.5 amperes. Okay, this is the data given. We have to find the values of capital E and small r. Okay, when cells n identical cells are connected in series, we have the relation the current flowing through the circuit, that is 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 equal to, when the cells are connected in series, so that is given by n into E divided by capital R plus of n into small r. Okay, this is the relation for electric current when I have n identical cells connected in series. Okay, so here n is equal to what? It is 2 here. Okay, so if I substitute that, this implies current is given to be how much? 0.5. 0.5 is equal to 2 into capital E divided by capital R. Capital R is how much? 4. Yes, or simply first let us write capital R plus of 2R. Let it be equation number 1. Okay, remember this equation for the series connection of n identical cells. Okay, similarly, when n identical cells are connected in parallel combination, we have the equation for the current through that parallel combination given by IP is equal to n into E divided by n into capital R plus of small r. Okay, this is the relation for electric current flowing through the circuit when n cells are connected in a parallel combination. Then this implies, let us substitute the value here. Here also in the second case also the current is given to be 0.5 amperes. So 0.5 is equal to n is nothing but 2E here and divided by n is 2 times of capital R plus of small r. Let it be equation number 2. Okay, comparing equation number 1 and 2, I can equate equation number 1 to equation number 2. So equating equation number 1 and 2, I can write RHS is equal to RHS, I can write it as 2E divided by capital R plus of 2R is equal to 2E divided by 2R plus of small r. These two get cancelled here. So I can write, yes, R plus of 2R is equal to 2 capital R plus of R. Okay, let us simplify this. This implies capital R I take it to the right side, right? So 2R minus of 1R. So this small r I take it to the left side, I can write it as a 2r minus of r. This implies r is equal to, small r is equal to what? Capital R. Okay, this implies a small r, internal resistance is equal to what? 4 ohm. Okay, so this is the value of internal resistance of each cell. Okay, by using the same value, substitute in any one of the equation, I can get the value of EMF here. Consider equation number 1. I can write 0.5 is equal to 2 times of E, I don't know the value of E here, divided by capital R is how much? 4. Small r is also 4, so I write it as 2 into 4. Okay, I am substituting the value of R in equation number 1. Okay, so by this I can write capital E is equal to 0.5 into 4 plus 8, that is 12 whole divided by 2. Yes, 6 I will get. So EMF I will get it equal to 3 volt. Yes, this is the value of EMF of each cell, and this is the internal resistance of each cell. Yes, it is a solution for a given problem. Next, look at the next problem here. It is given that a battery of internal resistance of 3 ohm is connected to 20 ohm resistor and potential difference across the resistor is 10 volt. Yes, if another resistor of 30 ohm, another resistor of 30 ohm is connected in series with the first resistor and battery is again connected to the combination, calculate the EMF and terminal potential difference across the combination. Yes, see here, there are two cases. Okay, in first case a battery is connected to 20 ohm resistor. Okay, that we shall consider here. I have a battery of internal resistance of 3 ohm, that is small r is equal to what? 3 ohm. When it is connected to the external resistor of R is equal to 20 ohm, R is equal to 20 ohm, we have the potential difference across the resistor is 10 ohm. Okay, so here we have potential difference. This is nothing but the terminal potential. Whatever potential difference is available for this resistance, that will be the terminal potential provided by the cell here. So I can write V is equal to what? V is equal to 10 volt. Okay, then next what they have done, if another resistor of 30 ohm is connected in series with the first resistor, let us consider this is R1. Okay, second case we have another resistor connected in series with this R1. R1 is equal to what? 20 ohm. R2 they have given it is equal to how much? 30 ohm. Now this combination is connected to the same cell of internal resistance of 3 ohm. Okay, but they have not given the value of EMF. That EMF value we have to find out. Okay, so we are asked to calculate the EMF of the cell and also the terminal potential across the combination. Yes, so this terminal potential, yes, so this we have to find out. Yes, let us write it as Vs I have to find out in this case. Okay, so let us first consider the first case given. So whenever the external resistor is connected to the cell, we have the equation, that is if current flowing through this, let us consider this is I1. Yes, if I write I1 is equal to EMF of the cell E divided by the total resistance. Okay, so that is nothing but R1 plus of small r. Yes, and this I1 can also be written as V divided by R, that is V, where V is nothing but the terminal potential here. So V divided by R is equal to what? V divided by R1 I will write, that is equal to capital E divided by R1 plus of R. Yes, in this we know the value of V. V is given to be how much? 10 volt, and capital R1 is 20 ohm here. Capital R1 I know, small r also we know. By this I can easily calculate the value of EMF. EMF is equal to what? Capital V into R1 plus of R whole divided by R1. Okay, substituting the values I can write it as E is equal to V is 10 volt, yes, into the resistance is 20 ohm, internal resistance is 3 ohm here, and R1 is 20. So this I can write as 2 here. Yes, so E is equal to 23 divided by 2 volts. Yes, or I can write it as 11.5 volt. this is the EMF of the cell. So capital E is equal to how much? Capital E is equal to 11.5 volt. Okay, now I have to find the value of the potential drop when the cells are connected in a series combination. Okay, so second case, let me write the effective resistance of a series combination here. Both the resistors are connected in series. So the effective resistance is equal to what? 20 plus of 30, that is equal to 50 ohm. Okay, 50 ohm is connected to the cell of EMF, that is 11.5 volt, having internal resistance of 3 volt here, 3 ohm here. Okay, now we have to find the terminal potential across the series combination of these two resistors, that is 50 ohm. Okay, so for this we have the current flowing through the series combination. Let me write it as IS. IS is equal to what? EMF divided by total resistance, that is capital R plus of small r. Okay, so this IS, that is current in the series combination, I can write it as Vs, that is potential difference, Vs divided by the total external resistance, that is R. Okay, so that is equal to what? E divided by capital R plus of small r. Okay, so by this I can write Vs is equal to E into capital R divided by capital R plus of small r. Yes, let us substitute the value here. Capital E is how much? 11.5 volt into capital R is 50 ohm divided by 50 plus of 3. 50 plus of 3. Okay, so Vs is equal to 11.5 into 50 divided by 53, and after simplifying I get it as Vs is equal to 10.8 volt. Okay, this is the potential difference, terminal potential difference available when we add another resistor of 30 ohm resistance in series with the first resistor of 20 ohm. Okay, so this is the EMF and this is the terminal potential for a series combination of given resistors. Next, let us look at the problem given on resistivity. It is given that a wire having length of 2 meters, diameter of 1 millimeter and the resistivity of 1.963 into 10 to the power of minus 6 ohm meter is connected in series with battery of EMF 3 volt and it is having internal resistance of 1 ohm. We have to calculate the resistance of the wire and current in the circuit. Okay, see here, let us consider the resistor that its value is capital R. Yes, then it is connected to the cell of EMF. Capital E is equal to 3 volt and its internal resistance R is equal to how much? 1 ohm here. Yes, so this is the data given and the length of this resistor is equal to what? L is equal to 2 meter and the diameter is 1 millimeter, so that radius is equal to what? 0.5 millimeter, which is equal to 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meters, and the resistivity is given, that is rho is equal to 1.963 into 10 to the power of minus 6 ohm meter. Okay, because we need to calculate the value of resistance, for that this data is given. Yes, we know R is equal to the resistance of any wire is equal to what? Rho into L divided by A, where rho is resistivity of the material, L is length and A is area of the wire. So first we shall find out what is the cross sectional area of the wire. So that is equal to pi into R square, that is equal to 3.142 into R is how much? 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square. Okay, if we simplify this, we get this area is equal to, so that is equal to what? 0.78 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square. Let us substitute this area in this equation so that we can find the value of resistance. R is equal to, rho is equal to what? 1.963 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into length is 2 meters divided by area is 0.78 into 10 to the power of minus 6. These two get cancelled here. Simplifying this, I get the value of resistance equal to 5 ohm. Okay, the value of this resistance I got it to be equal to 5 ohm here. Now easily I can find what is current flowing through the external resistor here, that I read it as capital I. Current flowing through the resistor is given by I is equal to what? EMF divided by total resistance. Total resistance is equal to what? Capital R plus of small r. Okay, let us substitute the value here. EMF is equal to what? 3 volt divided by capital R is 5, internal resistance is 1. So this is equal to 3 divided by 6. So I get the value of I is equal to 0.5 amperes. Okay, this is the value of electric current flowing through the resistor. Next, we shall see a numerical problem which is based on Kirchhoff's laws. It is given that two cells of EMF 2 volt and 4 volt and internal resistances 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively are connected in parallel so as to send current in same direction through external resistance of 10 ohm. We are asked to find the potential difference across a 10 ohm resistor. This question is asked in March 2015. Yes. So they have given us two cells. Their EMF values are given respectively 2 volt and 4 volt, and their internal resistances are 1 ohm and 2 ohm. They are connected in parallel combination. Yes. So let us consider first cell of EMF E1 is equal to 2 volt. Let its internal resistance is R1, which is equal to 1 ohm. Yes. This is in parallel combination with another cell whose EMF is 4 volt. Let me write it as E2 is equal to 4 volt and internal resistance of it is 2 ohm. Okay, and they are connected such that they send current in the same direction which passes through external resistor of 10 ohm. Okay, so let us have that external resistor in between here, so that the current sent by the first cell E1 is in this direction, current sent by the cell E2 is in this direction. Let this be I1, let this be I2, and if I connect them like this, they will be in a parallel combination with each other, and also they are able to send current through the external resistor. R is equal to what? 10 ohm here. So here the current enters here. So I1 and I2 are currents sent by E1 and E2 respectively, and at this point they combine and they will pass through in resistor R. Okay, so this I call it as I, which is equal to I1 plus of I2. Okay, for our convenience to solve this problem, let us name the circuit here. As per your convenience, you can name it. Okay, let me call it as A, B, C, D, let it be E and F. Okay, now separately we shall consider two loops here, A, B, C, D, A. Then we shall consider another loop D, C, F, E, A. Okay, so whenever we were studying Kirchhoff's laws, we had some sign conventions. Yes, first what we will do, we will assume some direction of current. Okay, we are free to assume either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. In both these loops, let us assume the currents are flowing in a clockwise direction. Okay, practically they may be clockwise or they may not be clockwise also. Yes, so first let us consider loop. Let me consider the loop A, B, C, D, A. I am considering the loop A, B, C, D, A. What are our sign conventions here? Yes, so when I consider the EMF of the cell, if the direction of assumed current, it is such that it is moving from higher potential to lower potential. If the direction is from higher potential to lower potential, that EMF we take it as a negative. Okay, and the potential drop because of any resistor. Yes, so here what happens, let us consider this is the total current. Again at this point current gets divided here. This is I1, this is I2. So I1 flows from C to B, B to A. So here I have current of I1. Okay, so look at loop A, B, C, D, A here. Our assumed direction of current is from A to B, B to C, C to D, and from D to A. Okay, but practically when we see here, the current I1 is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. It is moving from B to A. Okay, that is also possible. So potential drop caused by the currents at the resistors, that potential drop will be plus if the actual direction of that electric current is in the opposite direction of our assumption. Okay, and it is the potential drop across any resistor is negative if actual direction of electric current as well as our assumed direction of electric current both are same. Okay, look at this example here. Here I am assuming the current is flowing from A to B, but actually I1 is flowing from B to A. Okay, that is possible. Yes, so when actually current is coming in opposite direction of our assumption, at this resistor R1 there is potential drop because of this current I1. Okay, that potential drop is equal to what? I1 into R1. This potential drop we will take it as a plus because our assumption is from A to B, but current is moving from B to A. Okay, similarly, if across any resistor there is potential drop caused such that the direction of assumption as well as actual flow of electric current are in a same direction. In such case, we take that potential drop as a minus. Okay, this will be clear when we substitute the values here. Yes, these are the sign conventions we are using for considering Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so first let us consider A, B, C, D, A. Let me move from A to B. So my assumption current is it is from A to B, so that we are moving from higher potential to lower potential. As I said, when we are moving from higher potential to lower potential, I have to consider that EMF as a negative, so I write a minus of E1. Okay, so this is the EMF of the cell. Then there is a resistor here, there will be potential drop because of this resistor. There is current flowing through this resistor, that current is how much? I1, but this I1 is coming in opposite direction of our assumption, so the potential drop, that is I1 into R1, that I take it as a plus. Okay, so I write it as plus I1 R1. Okay, then B to C we don't have any component. From C to D there is a resistor of resistance of 10 ohm and there is total current of capital I. Okay, that current is also moving in the opposite direction of our assumed direction of electric current. So the potential drop caused by this I across this resistor 10 ohm, that is also plus. So I write it as plus of I into R, that is equal to 0. We don't have any other components. Okay, so let me substitute the values here. Minus of E1 is what? Minus 2 plus of I1 I don't know, I1 into what is R1, that is 1. Okay, plus of I don't know the value of I into R is how much? 10, that is equal to 0. Okay, so by simplifying this I can write it as I1 plus of 10I is equal to plus of 2. Okay, let this be equation number 1. Yes, then consider second loop D, C, F, E, D. Okay, when I consider the second loop, let us move from D to C. From D to C, there is current flowing capital I through resistor of 10 ohm. Okay, and the direction of this current I, it is also clockwise. Our assumption is also clockwise. So that potential drop because of this capital I across this resistor, I take it as a minus. Okay, consider loop D, C, F, E, D. Second loop I am considering the potential drop across this resistor, that I take it as a minus of I into R. Minus of I into R. Okay, then from C to F we don't have any component. From F to E there is a resistor here. There is resistor R2, and what is current flowing through this? That is I2. Okay, our assumption is also from F to E. Current is also flowing from F to E, so that potential drop across this resistor R2, that we take it as a minus here, that is equal to minus of I2 into R2. Okay, then the current is traveling from lower potential to higher potential. That direction is from lower potential to higher potential, that I take it as plus of E2. Okay, then we don't have any other component, so that is equal to 0 here. Let me substitute the values. I don't know the value of I write it as minus I into R. R is how much? 10. So this I can write it as minus 10I. Okay, then I2 we don't know. R2 is how much? R2 is 2 ohm. This I write it as minus of 2I2 plus E2 is how much? That is 4 volt. This is equal to 0. Okay, and we know that I1 plus I2 is equal to I. So we have only two equations here, so let us avoid any one of these terms. So I2 I write in the form of capital I and I1. Okay, I1 plus I2 is equal to I2 is equal to what? I minus of I1. Can I write it like this? Minus of 10I minus of 2 into I2 is what? I minus of I1 plus 4 is equal to 0, or I can write it as minus of 10I minus 2I plus of 2I1 plus 4 is equal to 0. Let us take these terms to the right side. I can write it as 12I minus of 2I1 is equal to what? 4. Let this be equation number 2. Okay. Here I have two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2, and there are two unknowns, I and I1. Okay. It is sufficient if I am able to find the value of I. So that is the current flowing through this resistor 10 ohm. Then later I can find what is the potential drop across that resistor. Okay. So let us solve equation number 1 and 2. Let me write down them separately. I1 plus 10I is equal to 2. Okay. Here I have minus of 2I1, yes, plus of 12I is equal to 4. Yes. Let us make the coefficients the same. Multiply this first equation by 2, so that I can get it as 2I1 plus 20I is equal to 4. Second equation, keep it as it is, minus 2I1 plus 12I is equal to 4. Okay. If I simplify this, add both the equations, these two get cancelled here, so that I will have 32I is equal to what? 8. This implies I is equal to 8 divided by 32. This implies I is equal to what? 1 by 4 amperes. That is a 0.25 amperes. Okay. So I got what is current flowing through the resistor R equal to 10 ohm, so that I can find the potential drop across that resistor is equal to what? Total current flowing through that resistor into its resistance. So V is equal to 1 by 4 into R is going to be 10 ohm. So the potential drop is equal to what? 10 divided by 4, that is a 2.5 volt. Okay. This is the solution for a given problem. Look at the next problem. It is given that two cells of EMF 2 volt and 1 volt have internal resistances 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively. Their positive terminals are joined by wire of resistance 10 ohm and negative terminals are connected by wire of resistance 4 ohm. Another wire of resistance 10 ohm is connected between midpoints of these wires. Find current through cells and potential difference across 10 ohm wire. Okay. According to given data, we have two cells. So let us consider the first cell having EMF of E1 and internal resistance of this is how much? R1 is equal to 1 ohm, and both their positive terminals are connected by wire of resistance of 10 ohm. It is something like this. Let us consider a wire whose resistance can be shown like this. So this is equal to 10 ohm, and this is the second cell of EMF E2 is equal to what? 1 volt, and it is having internal resistance of R2 is equal to 2 ohm. Okay. And their negative terminals, so this is the negative terminal of E1, this is negative terminal of E2. These two are connected by the wire of resistance of 4 ohm. Okay. So this can be written like this. This I write it as R2, this is R1. Okay. R1 is equal to 10 ohm, R2 is equal to 4 ohm. And there is another wire connecting midpoints of these two wires. Yes. And its resistance is given by 10 ohm. Okay. So let this be equal to 10 ohms. Yes. This is the connection given. Now what we can do, we know the resistance is directly proportional to length. Okay. This wire is connecting midpoints of this resistor as well as this resistor, so that we can divide this resistance into two parts. Okay. So that let us make separate circuit here. So this is cell E1 and this is internal resistance R1. So out of this 10 ohm, 5 ohm I will take to the first circuit here, right. So let us consider this is a 5 ohm and this is midpoint here. Here let us have external resistor, that is a 10 ohm. Okay. Similarly, this 4 ohm can be divided into two equal parts. So here I will have 2 ohm and here I will have a 2 ohm resistance. Okay, remaining 5 ohm resistance I write it here, and this is the second cell E2, and this is the resistance of a second cell R2. Okay, so this same circuit I can redraw it like this. Yes, let us consider this is R1, R2. Yes, let me write this as R3, let this be R4. Yes, so let me write it as R. Okay, now we shall consider the Kirchhoff laws to solve this numerical problem. Okay, so let me name the circuits here A, B, C, D, E, F. I can name it as per my convenience. Yes, let us consider the current sent by the cell E1 is I1, the current sent by E2 is I2. Okay, so I1 moves from across R1 here, and I2 will move through R3, and they will combine at point D, so they will move out of this resistance R, so that I can write it as a capital I, so that capital I is equal to what? I1 plus of I2. Okay, here I will have a capital I. Again the current gets split here, I1 moves vertical upwards and I2 will move down, I2 will flow in the second circuit. Okay, now let us consider loop. Let me consider the first loop, that is A, B, C, D, A. I am considering the loop A, B, C, D, A. Okay, let me move from A to B here. First I have the cell. Okay, the assumed direction of electric current, it is from higher potential to lower potential. So this EMF I have to take it as a minus. So I can write it as minus of E1, minus of E1, and there is current moving from B to A here, but I am assuming the direction is from A to B. So actual current is moving in opposite direction. So the potential drop at this resistor will be positive. Okay, so that I take it as a plus of I1 into R1, plus of I1 into R1 I write. Then move from B to C, move from B to C here. Again the current is coming in opposite direction, so the potential drop at this is I1 into R2. Okay, so that is also positive, I1 into R2. Current is moving from C to B, but my assumption is from B to C. What is the current? It is I1. Resistance is what? R2. Okay, later we shall substitute the values. Then let us move from C to D. When I am moving from C to D, yes, the current is how much? Capital I. Current is again coming in the opposite direction. What is the resistance? Resistance is capital R. So that potential drop is again plus, that is plus of I into R. Okay, then move from D to A. Let us move from D to A. The current is coming in opposite direction. So that potential drop is again positive. That potential drop is equal to what? I1 into R1. That is equal to 0. Okay. Now let us substitute the values. R1 is equal to what? R1 is equal to 1 ohm. R2 is equal to how much? That is 2 ohm. Okay. Let us substitute the values. E1 is what? It is 2 volt. Yes. E1 is equal to 2 volt. E2 is equal to 1 volt. E2 is equal to 1 volt. E1 is equal to 2 volt. Let us substitute the values here. E1 is equal to what? E1 is equal to 2 volt. That I write it as minus of 2 plus of, I don't know what is I1. I1 into R1 is equal to what? 1. Yes, plus of I1 into R2 is how much? That is 2 ohm. Yes, plus I can write it as I1 plus I2. So I will write it as I1 plus I2 into capital R is how much? 10 ohm, plus I1 into R1 is how much? 5 ohm. So that is equal to 0. Okay. Let us simplify this. I write it as minus 2 plus of I1 plus 2I1 plus 10I1 plus of 10I2 plus 5I1 is equal to 0. Okay. Consider the coefficients of I1. I1 is here, I1 is here, I1 is here, I1 is here. Yes. How much I will get? 10 plus 5, 15. Yes. 15 plus 2 plus 1. Minus of 2 plus 18I1. Consider I2 here, I will get plus of 10I2 is equal to 0. This equation I can write, 2 I can take it to the right side. I can write it as 18I1 plus 10 I2 is equal to 2, or I can write, divide this equation by 2, I get it as a 9 I1 plus of 5 I2 is equal to 1. Let this be equation number 1. Okay. Be patient while solving these numericals. Yes. Again, consider the second loop here. Consider the second loop, that is loop. Second loop is D, C, F, E, D. Okay. So when I consider this second loop, let us start from D to C. So there is current of capital I flowing through resistance of 10 ohm. Okay. And it is in the same direction of assumption. So that potential drop will be negative. That I write it as a minus of R into I. Minus of R into I. Then from C to F. From C to F, the current is I2. There is resistance of R4. Yes. So that is also in the same direction. That I write it as a minus of R4 into I2. Okay. So I am moving from C to F. There is resistance of R4, which is equal to 2 ohm. Yes. And there is current of I2 flowing from C to F. That is also in the same direction of our assumption. So that I write it as a minus of R4 into I2. Okay. Then again move from F to E. F to E, there is resistance of R2 here and current is I2. Okay. So that I write it as a minus of I2 into R2. Okay. Then there is cell, and the direction is from lower potential to higher potential. So that EMF I take it as a plus of E2. Okay. Then from E to D, the current is what? I2. What is the resistance? R3. That is also clockwise. So I write it as a minus of I2 into R3 is equal to 0. Okay. Let us substitute the values and simplify this. This implies minus of R is nothing but a 10 ohm. 10 into, I can write this as a I1 plus of I2. Okay. Then I will have minus of R4 is how much? 2 ohm here. 2 times of I2. Okay. R2 is how much? That is also 2 ohm minus of 2 times of I2 plus of E2 is what? That is equal to 1 volt plus 1 I will write minus of, I don't know I2 value. R3 is how much? 5 ohm. So I write it as a minus of 5 into I2 is equal to 0. Okay. Simplify this. Minus 10. Yes. Minus 10 I1 minus of 10 I2 minus 2 I2 minus 2 I2 plus 1 minus 5 I2 is equal to what? 0. Okay. So I have I1 only one term is there. The coefficient of I2 is minus 10 minus 2 minus 12 minus 14. Yes. Minus 14 minus 19. Yes. Minus 10 I1 minus 19 I2. Yes. That is equal to what? Minus 1. Or I can write 10 I1 plus 19 I2 is equal to what? 1. Yes. Let this be equation number 2. Look at equation number 1 and 2 here. I have two unknowns, I1 and I2. Here I have I1 and I2. Two equations are sufficient to solve the numerical problem here. Okay. Now, let me erase this part. Let us solve equations number 1 and 2 here. I can write it as 9 I1 plus of 5 I2 is equal to 1, and second equation is 10 I1 plus of 19 I2 is equal to, that is also equal to what? 1. After solving these simultaneous equations, I can write I1 is equal to 0.115 amperes and I2 is equal to 0.008 amperes. Okay, I hope you can solve it yourself. Let us not waste time here. Yes, so I1 is equal to 0.115, I2 is equal to 0.008. We know total current is equal to what? I1 plus of I2. Yes, and this I2 I am getting it as a negative here. Okay, so what is meaning of this negative direction of electric current? What we have done, I2 we are assuming it is moving from C to F clockwise direction, but actually it is moving in opposite direction. Okay, it is not wrong. If I am getting any current value in terms of negative sign, it indicates the direction of I2 that we have assumed in this case, that is not same, that is not correct. So that will be in the opposite direction. That is the meaning of this negative sign of the answer here. Okay. So I is equal to what? 0.115 minus of 0.008, so I get it as 0.107 amperes. Okay, the total current flowing through this resistor is equal to what? 0.107, and we have to find out what is potential drop across this resistance. So that is equal to what? That I can write it as V is equal to I into R, that is equal to 0.107 into what is the resistance of that? That is equal to 10 ohm. So potential drop is equal to 1.07 volt. Okay, this is the solution for a given problem. These are the currents flowing through the cell, and this is the total current flowing through resistor 10 ohm, and this is the potential drop across this 10 ohm resistor. Yes, look at the next problem, which is based on a Wheatstone's bridge. Okay, they have given different resistances values, EMF is given. We have to find out what is current flowing through each branch. Okay, first let us name the circuit here, A, B, C, D. Okay, this is E point here. Yes, again we shall apply Kirchhoff's law and try to get the values of current. Okay, let us consider the total current generated is capital I. Okay, so here let it be divided into I1 and I2. Okay, at this point again there is some current that I write it as here we shall take it as I3. Okay, if I3 goes here, the remaining current is how much? I1 minus of I3. Okay, at point D there are two input currents, one is I2, another is I3. So this current is how much? I2 plus of I3. Okay, and when it is coming out, the total current is again capital I here. Okay, better not to name the resistors as there are more resistors that create confusion. Yes, separately we shall consider different loops. First loop I will consider it as A, B, D, A. Then we shall take the loop B, C, D, B. First loop, this is first loop. Let us consider this is second loop, and let us consider this is the third loop. Okay, separately we shall apply the Kirchhoff's laws for all the three loops, and we shall find out the values of I1, I2 and I3. Okay, first consider the loop. Let us consider the loop A, B, D, A. I am considering the loop A, B, D, A. Okay, again from the same sign conventions, when you are moving from A to B, the assumption current is what? It is from A to B. Actual current I1 is also moving from A to B. So that potential drop because of this I1, that is equal to what? Minus of 10 I1. Here I am directly substituting the value of this resistance. I write it as minus of 10 I1. Okay, again when I move from B to D, the direction of current is in the same direction of our assumption. The potential drop at this is equal to what? Minus of 5 into I3, minus 5 I3, I get it here. Okay, then when I move from D to A, the potential drop here is equal to what? Minus of, but here the current is coming in opposite direction, so I take it as a plus of 5 into I2 is equal to what? That is equal to 0. Okay, so this is for the first loop. Yes, let us simplify this. I can write it as minus 5. Let me divide it by 5 to 5 here, so that I will have minus of 2I1 minus of plus of I2 minus of I3 is equal to 0. Yes, let this be equation number 1. Next consider the loop B, C, D, B. Okay, let us consider the loop B, C, D, B. Let us move from B to C. The potential drop here it is negative, that is minus of 5 into I1 minus of I3. Again when we move from C to D, current is moving in opposite direction. This potential drop will be plus here, so that I can write it as plus of 10 into I2 plus of I3. Then when I move from D to B, the current is coming in opposite direction, so that potential drop here, that is also plus. So I write it as plus 5 into I3, that is equal to 0. Okay, let us simplify this. I write it as minus 5 I1 plus of 5 I3 plus 10 I2 plus 10 I3 plus of 5 I3 is equal to 0. Okay, then here I have I1 term is only 1, so I write it as minus of 5 I1, I2 I have plus of 10 I2. Here I have 10 plus 5 plus 5, that is 20 I3 is equal to 0. I can divide this equation number 5 by 5. I can write it as minus of I1 plus 2 I2 plus 4 I3 is equal to 0. Let this be equation number 2. Okay. Now we need one more equation because there are three unknowns here, I1, I2 and I3. We need one more equation. For that we shall consider the loop A to D, D to C, C to E and E to again A. I am considering the lower loop here. Okay, so that I write it as consider loop A, D, C, E, A. This lower loop we shall consider. Okay, let us move from A to D here. There is potential drop here. The direction of assumption is a positive clockwise direction. So here this potential drop is negative. Okay, that I write it as minus of 5 into I2, minus of 5 into I2. Okay, when I move from D to C, yes, the potential drop here, that is also negative, minus of 10 into I2 plus of I3 I write. Okay, then when you are moving across this cell, the direction is from lower potential to higher potential, so that EMF I take it as plus here, I write it as a plus 10 volt. Okay, then there is current of capital I flowing through this resistor, that is also in the same direction, but that is that is minus here, minus of I into 10, that is equal to 0. Okay, this I can write it as I1 plus of I2. Let us substitute that. I write minus 5 I2 minus of 10 I2 minus 10 I3 plus 10 minus of 10 into I1 minus of 10 into I2 is equal to 0. Okay, let us simplify this. I can write it as minus 10 I1, I2 I have how many terms? One term here, two term here, minus of 10 minus 5 minus 15 I2 here, sorry. So I will have 10 now, for 15 and 10 minus of 25 I2. Okay, then I will have I3 term, there is only one I3 term here, minus 10 I3 is equal to what? 0. Okay, so this I can simplify it as again divided by 5 here, minus 2 I1 minus of 5 I2, yes, I left 10 here, plus of 10 is equal to 0. Okay, minus 5 I2 minus of 2 I3 is equal to minus of 2. Okay, let us be equation number 3. And by solving these simultaneous equations 1, 2 and 3 either by regular method or by using Cramer's rule, we can easily find the value of I1, I2, I3. Okay, try to solve those equations and we get the solutions as I1 is equal to 4 divided by 17 amperes, I2 is equal to 6 divided by 17 amperes and I3 is equal to 2 divided by minus of 2 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, these are the values of currents I1, I2 and I3. Let us not waste time in solving these simultaneous equations. Okay, try to do it yourself. Then they have asked to find out what are the currents in different branches. So this is one branch, current between A to B, IAB, that is equal to what? I1 is equal to 4 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, then here the current through the second resistor, that is between A to D, so that is current between A to D is equal to what? I2 is equal to what? 6 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, then current through the galvanometer, that is current between B to D is equal to I3 is equal to minus 2 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, now current in this branch from B to C, that is IBC is equal to what? I1 minus of I3, that is equal to I1 is how much? 4 divided by 17 minus of minus 2 by 17, that is equal to plus of 2 divided by 17. So I get IBC is equal to 6 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, similarly the current through between D to C, that I write it as IDC is equal to what? I2 plus of I3. I2 is how much? 6 by 17 minus of 2 by 17, IDC is equal to 4 divided by 17 amperes. Okay, these are the values of currents in different branches of the Wheatstone's bridge given. Yes. Next we have a problem on a meter bridge. Yes, look at the problem given. Two parallel resistors 4 ohm and 8 ohm. So these are the two parallel resistors 4 ohm and 8 ohm are connected with a known resistance of 6 ohm as shown in the figure. Okay, where is a balancing point of a meter bridge? Okay, we have in principle of a meter bridge we have studied. Yes, that is the resistance across any length L. If this length is, let us consider this is a B, this point is a C here. If the balancing point is somewhere here at A, yes, the resistance of this part of the wire is directly proportional to length of the wire. The resistance of remaining wire, that is 100 minus of L centimeter, that resistance is directly proportional to this length A to C. Okay, and this can be considered as a Wheatstone's bridge. Okay, so this is the known resistance. The resistance of this combination, we have to find out. Yes, so these two are connected in parallel combination, so that effective resistance is equal to what? Rp is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus of R2, that is 4 into 8 divided by 4 plus of 8, I get it as 32 divided by 12. Okay, so this is the effective resistance of a combination of these two resistors. Yes, so this I can write it as 8 divided by 3. Yes, divided by 4, I write it as 8 divided by 3 ohms. This is the effective resistance. This I can write it as S. S is equal to what? 8 divided by 3 ohms. Correct? Now I have two resistors 6 ohm and 8 by 3 ohm. I know the ratio of these two resistance is equal to the ratio of these two lengths, or I can write it as R divided by S. R divided by S is equal to what? L divided by 100 minus of L. Now I have to find the value of L in this equation. What is the value of R? R is given to be 6. 6 divided by S, just now we have found out, that is 8 divided by 3, that is equal to L divided by 100 minus of L. This implies, let us take it to the numerator, I get it as 18 divided by 8 is equal to L divided by 100 minus of L. Let us simplify this. I can write this as 9 divided by 4 is equal to L divided by 100 minus of L. I can write this as 100 minus L into 9, that is equal to 4L, or I can write it as 900 minus of 9L is equal to 4L, or I can write 900 is equal to, I take it to the RHS, this will be 13 times of L. This implies L is equal to 900 divided by 13, so that is equal to 69.2 centimeters. Okay, this is the balancing length. So this for the given values of the resistances, the balancing length is equal to what? 69.2 centimeters. Yes.